Pag sinabi natin Note series, normally makita mo is mga mid-ranger. Lalo na kay Redmi, yung mga phones niya is medyo maganda ang specs, but not kay Realme. Ang Realme Note 50, ang presyo na is so jaw-dropping at mapapanganga ka lang talaga. It has all of the basic specs in here. Ang kanya 464 will be priced at a SRP of 3,499 sa Realme official store, be it online or offline. Taratin natin kung sulit ang pera mo. Now guys, nakita na yung full unboxing nitong phone na ito, and the Realme Note 50 is a really jaw-dropping na presyo, 3,499, but nakikita ko sa online, no, there are other na nag-report this is a 3,999 price na phone. But iba ang presyo na nakuha ko dito. No early bird, nag-sign up ako kay James Afante at muntik pa ako maisahan. Dahil sa kanyang bagsak presyo, nabili ko to ng 2,999. But kinancel ko siya the next day dahil sa Shopee, 2,499 lang to guys. And I'm not quite sure kung bakit si Realme Shopee inuupakan niya si Realme TikTok for whatever reason it is. Kung kaya naman niya ng 2,499 to, sana nung outright sa first day ng sale niya sa TikTok, binagsak na ni James Afante to ng 2,499. Too bad nag-cancel ako, so hindi sold out si James Afante. So makita mo kanyang design, squarish na squarish ang mga side, and what I like dito is nandiyan pa kanyang audio jack, which is definitely an advantage sa mga tao na mahilig na wired na headphones. And the usual kanyang camera module is looking like an iPhone as always. Yung likod niya medyo hawig sa Poco M6 Pro, yung two-tone na color dito, and it looks similar. One thing na mapapansin mo dito is makapal ang kanyang baba and teardrop notch pa siya. So despite na mura ang kanyang presyo, ang kanyang fingerprint scanner is dito sa side, hindi dito sa likod. So, ang processor nito is a Unisoc Tiger T612. So, it's not a G99 that you can expect that can at least perform sa gaming. And ito ang score na makukuha mo dito sa Antutu benchmark. And if you break it down, these are the scores. Ito naman score niya dito sa Geekbench. And ito naman sa GPU benchmarking na Geekbench. Sad to say, ayaw tumakbo dito ang 3D Mark na stress test. So, wala akong score na nakuha dyan. Now, pagdating naman sa kanyang display, it has a 6.74-inch na IPS LCD with a maximum brightness na 560 nits. So, under the direct sunlight, mapapansin mo, medyo mahirapan kang tumingin dito sa phone na ito dahil medyo mahina ang kanyang maximum brightness. But sasabihin ko naman sa inyo, don't expect too much naman from this phone. Now, on the flip side, the phone na ito has a glass front, plastic sides, and plastic back. I'm not quite sure kung Corning Gorilla Glass 3 man lang to or even lower. Wala namang nakasulat sa kanyang official website. But kung alam niyo kung anong Corning Gorilla Glass ang protection nito, comment on the comment section. But at least there's still something good dito. It has a IP54 na dust and water resistant tong phone na ito. Of course, just yung mga wisik lang tubig, yung mga alikabok, okay na okay. Huwag nyo lang subukan ilublob to sa swimming pool. So one of the primary purpose nitong phone na ito is to let you use social media. Swiping sa Facebook, sa TikTok, and some shorts and reels, you'd see smooth naman ang kanyang transition as long as okay naman yung internet connection dahil this one has a 90Hz screen refresh rate. At this price point, I would say it's good na meron ganong kataas na refresh rate. Now, watching videos naman dito sa phone na ito, just really don't expect too much. Nung nanonood ako sa YouTube dito sa phone na ito, I would say okay, but don't expect na punchy ang colors, vibrant ang colors, the black is blacker. Don't expect too much from this one. But if you're watching together with the whole barkada, I don't think it's a problem. And take note guys, this one only has one loud firing speaker dito sa ilalim and wala siyang speakers dito sa ibabaw. Since hindi naman ganun kalakasan ang kanyang loudspeaker, I would suggest na gamitin nyo ang kanyang audio jack to better enjoy the music tripping dito sa phone na ito. Now, I did play a quick game dito sa phone na ito, or Farlight 84. This is the best na kaya ko iset dito sa phone na ito. And the gameplay is just okay. I would say na there are times na mapifeel mo talagang maglalag siya. So, I decided to lower down yung kanyang graphical settings to let it play a little bit more smoother dito sa phone na ito. I was able to play 3 games and okay naman siya. Hindi naman siya masyadong uminit dito. I think the hottest na na-achieve ko dito is at around mga 43 degrees Celsius dahil hindi man ganun ka-intense na kaya iset niya dito sa kanyang graphical settings. Now, ito phone na ito also has a 5,000 mAh of battery, which is quite large. And despite na USB Type-C na siya, normally dati sabihin natin si Realme, king of micro USB. But this time, nag-improve na siya. Ayan, nakita nyo. It is already USB Type-C, pero it has a charging speed ng isang micro USB at 10 watts. Isipin mo, gaano kabagal ang 10 watts charging this phone. From 0 to 100 takes you around near 3 hours to finish itong full charging cycle, no? Which is definitely quite slow. But on the upside naman to phone ito, nung ginagamit ko siya, it can last you up to 2 days without charging. Now, pag-usapan naman natin kanyang camera dito, ang kanyang main camera sensor is a 13MP na main camera sensor together with a 0.08MP na auxiliary lens. I'm not quite sure, maybe it's the bokeh lens. And ang kanyang harap is a 5MP shooter. The rear can shoot up to 1080p and 30, and ang kaya harap is just a 720p and 30fps na video recording capability. Now, quickly taking a look at some of the outdoor shot na nakuha natin, I would say na itong shot na ito is just very normal. Probably one of the problem ko dito is I'm not sure kung bakit nag-glare dito sa ilalim. I've taken it mga 3 to 4 times na shot. Akala ko yung first 2 shots lang, no? But yung third and fourth shot ko, meron pa rin glare dito sa ilalim. Now, looking at this rock shot, I would say, okay naman. Nothing really special, but looking at some of the details dito is okay naman yung kanyang mga vines, but medyo a little bit saturated and medyo nawawala ka ng details. Now, moving on to this other shot, well, honestly, not so bad ang kanyang shot dito, but don't expect too much na details dito sa kanya dahil there are some details na medyo na-smoothen out na. Now, looking at this flower shot sa ibang camera, I would say na medyo punchy ang color dito sa flower na ito. But dito sa Realme Note 50, it's a little bit pale. Kahit itong purple shot na to, medyo may kunting pagka-pale siya. But one good thing naman dito sa kanyang camera is yung kanyang green is not saturated. Hindi OA ang kanyang green. Now, taking a look at some indoor shot, I would say it's okay yung mga shot na ito. But yung mapapansin mo, kung zoomin mo siya, the details are no longer there. Medyo nasa-smoothen out na siya. And taking a look at this bin shot, well, honestly, nothing really special kasi medyo bawas ang details dito sa picture na ito. Taking a look at this shot, sa ibang camera, medyo litaw siya. Mapapansin mo magandang punchiness niya. The separation between the subject and the background is good, but this one, medyo parang hindi ganong kalitaw. And even taking shots like this one is just very, very ordinary. Pag kumuha ka naman ng mga food shot, it's just ordinary, nothing really special about it. And if you take a look at some sunset shot like this, okay lang siya. Now, kung tinay mo naman ang kanyang front-facing camera, taking some selfie shot, medyo namumula ang aking mukha, no? I don't know why. And there are times na medyo namumuti naman on this one. And trying the camera on indoors, there are times na okay naman, basta may ilaw na maayos. Na pag ginamit mo naman ang portrait mode, I would say na hindi ganong kaganda ang kanyang cut dito sa mga buhok ko, no? Medyo nagbe-blend in siya sa background. So, well, nagsusoften out na siya. Now, if you're taking some vlog using this phone, using the front-facing camera, I would say the quality is bad and it's really shaky. If you're using the rear camera naman to take some vlog, equally bad as well. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa Realme Note 50? Normally, like I told you a while ago, ang Note series ng ibang brands, it used to be a mid-range or a little bit upper mid-range na series. But para kay Realme, this is the cheapest by far sa releases. Huwag na natin isama yung mga price drop na C-series ni James Afante. Ito, upon release, it's the cheapest ever na phone na nilabas ni Realme. But of course, it comes with some compromises dahil processor niya mahina, camera niya is just average, ang kanang gaming is, well, so-so. And the other specs inside this one is just simply good for social media or just as a backup phone. Now, sino dapat bumili nitong phone na ito? Yung mga tipong hindi naman mahilig sa photography, just using the phone for calls and for just social media and just like some quick snaps, okay na okay itong phone na ito. And those people who's looking for a backup phone, pwedeng-pwede itong Realme Note 50. But other than that, I would suggest that you spend a little bit more to get a more decent phone compared to the Realme Note 50. So guys, kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan pwede mabili itong phone na ito, link on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to share to your friends, and a subscription to this channel would definitely be helpful. I'll see you in the next one. And so, ako pala si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.